Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashime. It's been a great day and we have a lot of juicy stories making the round in the world of sports. We will be starting from home. We will be starting where the FIBA African pre-qualifying Olympics for that is Paris 2024 Olympics, where Cameroon actually scooped the ticket right here in Nigeria, precisely Lagos. That is where the event went down. We have the likes of Senegal, Cameroon, Mali, Nigeria in that particular event, that particular tournament, but Nigeria could not actually get the ticket after they lost their own game, and now Cameroon pipped Senegal to pick that sole ticket right there in Lagos. The game ended 80-74 victory for the Camerooners. It was actually an intense game. At some point, Nigerians right there were now supporting Cameroon against Senegal, and you know why they actually did that is because Senegal was the one that defeated Nigeria, that couldn't make them to get that ticket for the Olympics qualifier proper right there in Lagos. And what Nigerian fans did was to just throw their weight and support everything they have against the Camerooners, against the Senegalese. At the end of the day, it was all smiles for the Camerooners and Nigerian fans who were at the center to watch that particular final. But it was a good one, but sad one for the D Tigers of Nigeria that they couldn't get that ticket after they lost their game to Senegal. And I have Ayola all the way from Benin City, Edo State, joining me on the program this evening. Ayola, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening to you. Good evening, Nigeria. It's nice to be here with you. Thanks for having me.
All right, quickly, let's start talking about the FIBA Africa qualifying pre-Olympics tournament that happened in Lagos. For D Tigers, they could not make it, but Cameroon picking that ticket right there in Lagos against the Senegalese. It ended 80-74 victory. That is for Camerooners, and Nigerians were all supporting Cameroon against Senegal. What a way to go right there in Lagos.
Let me start by saying congratulations to Cameroon for picking this whole ticket from Africa to represent Africa at the Olympics. It's a very good one for them. It's what they merit, it's what they fought for, and it's what they came for. But taking a look into Nigerians supporting them, although they have right to support anything they want to support, any country they play supporting, but supporting Cameroon because Senegal beat us, that shouldn't have been the real reason why they should be supporting Cameroon. Because in my own opinion, I feel the team that could beat Nigeria should be the team that we should even be supporting. That says a lot about the team, being a better side than us. We cannot say because someone beat us, we come against it. But it's a free word. Anyone have anything to support? But for Nigeria, a very disappointing one, we must say, despite the Tigers setting the template, reclaiming their title for the fourth time consecutively, even despite so many imbalances preceding that one, talking about having a new coach, the tryout of all things, and getting to the tournament. People had thought that Wakama wouldn't have been able to do something, even with her age and experience, but she was able to do something good, and I think that is what everybody is celebrating now. But for the Tigers, for disappointing us, not doing what they should do, a lot of things set in. Some of the players allowing some kind of sentiment to come in, probably political affiliation. When I'm talking about political affiliation, I'm not talking about APC or PDP or Labour Party. I'm talking about, aligning with some blocks in the world of Nigerian basketball. We understand what happened before this time, the electioneering, different factions standing against each other. Even at the time, something was used like a quote in the name of the captain of the side, and he came out publicly to say that he never said that. So a lot of things just wrapped up in this one that affected the country, which I feel shouldn't have been allowed to take place. But we can all see now the Olympics, Nigeria will not be there. This is we are missing out for the first time since 2008. That's not a good record for us at all, and not a way to complement the women efforts.
Yes, it's not a way to complement the women's effort. Sunday Ogaudu, as he's called, that is the coach of the D Tigers, actually said that they did their best, but their best wasn't enough. And it's our time that every crisis that is going on in the NBBF should be put to bed, and let's have peace in that federation so that our sport can actually do well. Okay, let's leave the D Tigers and come back to the continent right about now. We're going to be talking about some football, and we'll go straight to the CAF Champions League, where Enyimba And Remo Stars started on a losing note. And for Enyimba, it was actually not a good one. 7 goals thriller right there in Ahly Benghazi of Libya. They took the lead as early as 7 minutes, and Enyimba equalized. Before you know it, it ended 4-3 in favor of Ahly Benghazi of Libya. It's not a good sign for our team, the likes of Enyimba and Remo Stars. Where did they get it wrong in the continent?
I don't want to believe that they got it wrong. Honestly, in my own sincere opinion, I feel they actually stand a good chance for progressing to the next round in this CAF Champions League. Reason is very simple. Let's start with the Remo Stars that went away to play against Medeama of Ghana. They were able to pick up 1-0 defeat, which I believe that Remo will come back home here. This is a very dicey one because Remo will want to win their game and make sure that they don't concede any goal. So it's going to be like 2-0, 3-0 win for them, or 3-1 win for them, or 4-1 win, whatever. You just have to have that 2 goals margin, for them to advance to the next round. That's for Remo Stars. So I feel it's not a bad one. It is called CAF Champions League. Recall that Remo Stars were there in the CAF Confederations Cup last season, and they lost rounds in the first round to Asfar of Morocco. So they're now in the Champions League, a bigger stage for them. Although it is what they can do. Just that 1 or 2 things didn't just play out for them in that one. They complained about the pitch where they played the game, and it's an away game. You want to put in away home advantage in place for the Ghanaians. And it is not a team that almost everybody knows very well in this country. So it will be difficult for you to want to have a strategy, a plan against them. I think this is the first time I'm also hearing about Medeama, aside from the fact that they won the Ghanaian League, which we saw they also played like Super 6, the way it happened in Nigeria. But the bottom line is, I feel Remo Stars can still make things count when they come back to Nigeria this coming Saturday or Sunday in Ikenne. They will have their fans out there for them. And I believe that the team has what it takes to score 3 goals against this Medeama. They're talking about Enyimba International. A lot of things happened for Enyimba as well. Number one, they didn't allow their coach and their stand coach, talking about Coach Finidi George and Yemi Olanrewaju, to be on the bench, claiming that they have UEFA license and not CAF license that they should have. If you don't have your coaches on the bench, the first coach and the second coach, you should know that a lot we affect that game. And despite that, Enyimba still went ahead to still score 3 goals away, and they lost by 4 goals to 3. Just that I'm very sure that the coach would have seen a lot of things that he need to work on. Thank God he watched from the stand. He should be able to pick a good point from what happened. The defense line work on them and all that. But I'm very sure that by the time they're coming back to Uyo, Nigerians will turn out for them, and Nigerians will be there to support them. And what Enyimba needs precisely is just a win, which I'm very sure that Ahly Benghazi will not be scoring 3 goals in Nigeria. I'm very confident of that. So just win by 2-1, by 3-2, or by 1-0, and Enyimba will be there. Just win your game, but not by the same margin.
Just win your game.
Enyimba will not win 5-4.
Okay, now let's talk about Bendel Insurance are the only team in the continent that actually got a win against Ascol. 1-0 it ended right there in Benin City. I think Benin is a favorable ground. Delta Queens also won at the Samuel Bermuda Stadium, and then Bendel Insurance also Pipped, getting that run away with that 1-0 lead and favor for Bendel Insurance. Now, what's your take? You were live right there at this Samuel Bermuda Stadium, where you watch the Bendel Insurance, the Benin Arsenals as they are called.
Well, for Bendel Insurance, I think a lot of people have also come out to talk about their game, how they won by a goal to 0, how that is a very slim one, how dangerous it is going away, knowing fully well that we are playing against an Algerian side. These Northern Africans, we know how full of antics they could be, and the people have been saying that Bendel Insurance should have done enough to score at least 2 goals. Probably if they had won 2-0, people would have said, okay, then RS Berkane should be preparing to play against Enyimba. But because of history, because of what has happened over time, people are not confident with that 1-0, and knowing fully that Benin also don't score, enough goals. But then, if you take a look at the game, you will see that Benin almost the same thing that happened to us last season, happened to them this season. They failed to convert their chances. Not that they don't create chances, they create chances, but to convert has always been their undo, which they failed to do and capitalize on, playing in front of their fans. I'm sure they had all it takes to have won the game 3-0. However, going to the second leg, also Chilef will not be playing at home. They will not be playing in Chilef, they'll be playing in Algiers, and that alone should, in one way or the other, work for Bender Insurance. Why? Because although it's still in Algeria, it's about 200 kilometers away from Algiers, but not playing on their original stadium. I think it's more like neutral ground for Bender Insurance. Although Algerians will be there, the fans will be there to support them. It's going to be a very full-packed stadium, and it's going to be at night as well. I don't know why these Northern Africans love playing at night. Probably because of the atmosphere, because of the weather condition and all that. But that I'm sure that Enyimba, Bender Insurance rather, would also work on. It is raining in Benin, and I'm sure that they would also have work towards that one, working towards the same weather condition over there. So I feel Bender Insurance can still go through. Let me just say this. I think I'm 60% optimistic that Bender Insurance will make it through.
60% Bender Insurance will make it through. Quickly, what do you think that Gumo did as the coach, or Mondio Digi, I beg your pardon, of Bender Insurance, what do you think he needs to do to get it right in Algeria?
Yeah, what you need to do is, firstly, you saw the opponent, you saw the style of play that they adopted playing at home, playing away to you. That's not what they're going to adopt in the second leg. You should try to get one or two of their clips and get to see which player to play very well against. Although you cannot be marking players on the northern floor, on the northern ground, but at the same time, you can still work it with one or the other. Then secondly, you need to work on your attack. Scoring goals is the name of football. You need to score goals. The defense line is okay. I can assure you that one. We saw what the likes of Tanimo Benjamin, Sunday Anyanwu, Stanley Okoro, and Julius Emiloju. We saw what they did, in that own game at home. Even the midfield was somehow okay, but the finishing line has always been the problem, which I feel you should work on. You should just base his training on this, and also prepare for penalty, because one way or the other, Bender Insurance, I doubt we concede 2 goals. I doubt they will concede 2 goals. If I thought the opponent will be beating them, it should not be more than 1-0, or we play 1-1 over there. But if it leads to penalty, what's going to happen? So I think that's another thing that the coach needs to do, and also talk to his players. Mondio Diga is an experienced player. Is an experienced coach who has also got 1 or 2 internship with foreign clubs in France, especially. So I feel you should just talk to them, let them know, okay, guys, this is the biggest stage where you need to come around and do things for your fans, for your family, and for Nigerians. And that could also be the only word that they need for them to go there and excel in Algeria.
Okay, that is just to psych the players up, motivate them, tell them they can do it. They should not be afraid of anything. Go all out. It's 90 minutes and it's game for 2 teams, 11 players on the pitch, and then you can get the job done. Congratulations to Bender Insurance. Congratulations to Enyimba, even though they lost. And then for Remo Stars, I think all hope is not lost. Both of them will be at home in the reverse fixture of that tournament. And for Bender Insurance, they will be going away to far away Algeria, and they will come back, surely come back with victory. Okay, let's leave the shores of Africa, the shores of Nigeria, and head straight to Europe. Over the weekend, there were matches in EPL, in La Liga, in Friendly Liga, in the German Bundesliga, and then in Serie A. The good news is that Nigerians are doing well. Okay, quickly, let's start from the EPL. Let's just have the results of the matches that were played over the weekend in the EPL. Fulham against Brentford, it was 3 for Brentford, Fulham 0, Liverpool 3, AFC Bournemouth 1, Wanderers 1, and Brighton Hove Albion 4. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 0, they lost away. Manchester City pipped Newcastle United 1-0, and then Aston Villa trashed Everton, and it's not a good news for Iwobi. He actually picked up injury in that game, 4-0, and then West Ham United against Chelsea, it was 3 won. It ended even with the red card. They actually won that game. Let's quickly have the table. Let's have the table before we talk about the result. Then we have Brighton topping the table with 6 points after 2 games with 6 goal difference. Man City following closely also with 6 points and 4 goal difference. Brentford on the 3rd position with 4 points. Liverpool on 4 points. Tottenham on 4 points. West Ham United on 4 points. Newcastle United on 3 points. Arsenal, that will be playing later tonight, is on the 8th position with 3 points. I believe that that position will actually change after their game tonight. Then Crystal Palace also on 3 points. Both teams 8 and 9 will be playing tonight. And then Aston Villa occupying the 10th spot with 3 points. Let's have the second half of the table quickly. We have Nottingham Forest with 3 points on the 11th position. Manchester United, as you know, with 3 points on the 12th position. Fulham 3 points on the 13th position. Bournemouth, Chelsea having 1 point, and then Sheffield United down to Everton with 0 points, no points at all. Ayola, it's actually a very big one, a funny one in the English Premier League. After the weekend's result, we know Arsenal and Crystal Palace will be playing tonight, few hours from now. But if you look at the results and then the table, what is your surprise so far? 2 matches.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to say I have any surprise so far, to be candid, because more like what I predicted before the commencement of the season. I knew that the teams like Arsenal, teams like Manchester City would definitely have edge and all that. And Chelsea is the team I had concern for coming to the new season. It's beyond signing 20 players and all that. Take a look at Chelsea's sales for the season or for the transfer period. They sold out a complete team from the goalkeeper to the forward. I mean, 11. Almost all defenders, Aspilicueta left, the likes of, what's his name now? This Senegalese also left. We had their left back also leaving. We had midfielders leaving. About 3 of their midfielders left. N'Golo Kante, Marcos Alonso, not Alonso now.
Kovacic.
Mount also left. Kai Havertz leaving, Kovacic leaving. Their entire midfield left. The forward line also left. And you should surely agree with me that many of them, they were going to struggle with the new intake that they have. It's going to be a very long time project. It's not a project that they should be expecting miracle this season. And having played against Liverpool 1-1, they thought that they had arrived. They had, big hope. A positive outcome for now that they're going to do something in the new season. Also, what happened against West Ham United with 3-1 defeated. That is to tell them that there is fire on the mountain, probably on the bridge now. That is what we saw there. But for other teams, I think they are still doing fine. Man United not doing bad, honestly. This is just the 2nd game of the season. And for Man City and Brighton and those Albion, Brighton also should be looked at for. Although, at some point in time, I think continental football will set in for them, UEFA Conference League, and they might be having, fatigue and all that. But I still believe that they will give a run of the money for big clubs in Premier League this season.
Okay, they will give a run to big clubs in the Premier League this season. Okay, let's leave the English Premier League and head straight to Spain. That is the La Liga, where actions also went down over the weekend. We have some results from the La Liga. Almeria, I think this young man, Jude Bellingham, has hit the ground running against Almeria 3-1. He got a brace and an assist in that game. And Real Sociedad and Celta Vigo 1-1 it ended. Osasuna lost at home to Athletic Bilbao 2-0. Girona trashed Getafe, a team that drew with Barcelona last week. The previous weekend, they were trashed away 3-0, and Barcelona getting their first win of the season, 2-0 against Cadiz, and Real Betis ended it on a goalless affair with Atletico Madrid. We also have the table for you, the Spanish La Liga table. Real Madrid is occupying the 1st position with 6 points. Valencia following Girona, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona in the 5th position with 4 points also on the same goal difference with Atletico Madrid. We have Real Betis on the 6th position with 4 points with just 1 goal difference. Have Rayo Vallecano with 2 goal difference on 3 points, occupying the 7th position. Osasuna 8th position. Villarreal on the 9th position with 3 points, and then Atletico Bilbao on the 10th position with 3 points. Let's have the second half of the table quickly. We now have Cadiz on the 11th position with 3 points. Real Sociedad 2 points on the 12th position. Las Palmas, a team that just got promoted with 1 point, occupying the 13th position. And then we have Mallorca on the 14th position with 1 point. Celta Vigo, 1 point. Getafe, 1 point. Sevilla, Alaves, Granada, Almeria. We know that Sevilla will be playing tonight. They are on 0 point after they lost their first game against Valencia in the opener of the season. Almeria occupying the 20th position. But for Real Madrid, quickly, let's talk about Jude Bellingham. He has hit the ground running. 2 games with 3 goals to his name.
Yeah, anticipated, as expected. We saw what he did with Borussia Dortmund, and that made a lot of clubs in Europe to run after him, likes of Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, all in the tabloid, running after the signature of the young boy. And eventually, I think she went to Real Madrid, probably because you can see the project before Real Madrid taking a look into other young boys that they have in their team, and he feels that is where we fit him most. And he has hit the ground running, as you rightly said, 3 goals in 2 games, to say a lot about his potential, what he can bring to the table. And I'm sure this is not going to be the end. He's going to do a lot more, for Real Madrid. And a good one for Real Madrid. They have 6 points now. Very disappointing last season for them, because they were so surprised that Barcelona, in their worst season, could win the league from them. And I think they are getting things back now, winning 2 games on the bounce. If they can keep this momentum up with Julian Bellingham also avoiding injury, and the other guys creating more synergy, I think it's going to work out well for them.
Okay, it's going to work out for them. Let's leave the La Liga and head straight to Serie A. I'm happy for our own Nigerian striker, Victor Osimhen. He also, first game of the season against very soon, getting a brace. Okay, let's have the result of Serie A quickly before we talk about Victor Osimhen and Napoli. Now we have Fiorentina 1, Napoli 3. Osimhen getting a brace in that particular encounter. Empoli 1, Hellas Verona 1, Genoa 1, Fiorentina 4, Inter Milan against Monza. It was 2-0. Roma and Salernitana, it was a 4-goal affair. 2-2 it ended. Sassuolo 0, Atlanta 2, Lecce 1, Lazio 1, and then Udinese lost at home to Juventus 3-0 it ended. For Victor Osimhen, he has hit this ground running. 2 goals, and the coach say he's not going to be giving him 90 minutes for now. But happy for Victor Osimhen, a man that we are looking to scoop the African Player Award away by scoring 2 goals in their first game of the season.
Well, a very good one for Victor Osimhen for taking that one. 2 goals for him, in the new season. That says a lot about his potential. That last season wasn't a fluke. We all know that it's not a fluke, from his days at Wolfsburg down to Club Brugge, going to Lille in France, and now at Napoli. He did it last season. This time around, he has picked it where he dropped it last season. 2 goals to start the new season, to tell many people that I'm not just what I feel. I am. I'm not a fluke and all that. And this also is going to increase his market value, because if he can keep up his head and keep up his momentum to end the season, probably as highest scorer of the league again, then we should be talking about teams like Manchester United or Real Madrid. I don't think there will be any other better team that he can go between outside these 2 teams, Man United, Real Madrid. Maybe Manchester City will feel like having him, appearing him alongside Haaland. Then that could be a good one. But a very good one for Victor Osimhen, I must say. A way to start for Nigeria, a way to start for Napoli, and a means of putting joy in the heart of Nigerians.
Yes, a means of putting joy in the hearts of Nigerians. You can still see the result on your screen. Fiorentina lost at home 3-1 it ended. And for Victor Osimhen, he's actually a happy man. And I love that, because he's a Nigerian, and we want all our Nigerian players plying their trade abroad to do well. For Fiorentina against Genoa, 4-1 it ended, and Juventus actually trashed Udinese in their first game of the season. Okay, quickly, let's go straight to Ligue 1 result. That is the French Ligue 1. For Kylian Mbappe, coming back into the side, he was able to equalize for them against Toulouse. 1-1 it ended, and Lyon 4. Lyon 1, Montpellier 4, Lens 1, Rennes 1, Monaco 3, Strasbourg 0, Reims 2, Clermont 0, Lorient 1, Nice 1, and then we have Le Havre, a team that got promoted 1, and Brest 2, and then we have Luxley 2, and Nantes, that's the team of Moses Simon, they lost their second game of this season. It's not a good one for Moses Simon at all. Okay, let's have, before you react to that, Ayola, let's go straight to German Bundesliga. Let's have the result of the German Bundesliga. There were matches also in the German Bundesliga. We have Bayer Leverkusen 3, RB Leipzig 2, Augsburg 4, Borussia Mönchengladbach 4. We have Hoffenheim 1, and then SE Freiburg 2, and then we have VfB Stuttgart 5, and Bochum, a team that was flying last season, they were lost by 5-0, and then we have Wolfsburg 2, and then FC Heidenheim 0, and then Borussia Dortmund picked Cologne. They pipped Cologne 1-0. Ayola, quickly react to PSG's game against Toulouse. 1-1 it ended, and for a man that was reinstated into the side after he got that suspension, Kylian Mbappe was able to equalize for them. It ended 1-1.
Yeah, I think bringing back Kylian Mbappe into the team is a very good one for the team and for the coach as well. This is a very sound coach that we know, who has done things at the big stage, the Champions League, the World Cup, Luis Enrique. And I think their first game of the season also ended in a draw. Reason why they had to bring him on board, meaning if he had not been in that game, it could have been difficult for them to get an equalizer. But just as the name of the opponent to lose, I thought they were going to lose against PSG. But it ended 1-1 in that run. And a good one for them, and a very good way for Kylian Mbappe to also tell the world that I know my capacity, I know what I can do. You know, he came back to the team, he rescued a point for them. A good one for him. And about the German Bundesliga, I think Bayern Munich are also doing fine. You know, Harry Kane getting a goal and an assist in that one. For Borussia Dortmund, a very, very disappointing one, although they were able to pick 1-0 victory, but at the same time, not what I expected from them. All the same, I think it was a very good game, for a very good weekend for teams like Borussia Dortmund, for Bayern Munich as well in the German Bundesliga. And for our brothers in France, I believe that next week is going to be a very good one for them.
Yes, next week is going to be a very good one for them. Okay, quickly before we go on the show, let's have today's fixtures. There are fixtures that will be coming up in the EPL, Serie A, La Liga, in the all of these matches will be coming up tonight, and as we speak, some of them are ongoing. Okay, let's have today's fixtures quickly. Let's just have today's fixtures quickly on the screen so that we know those matches. The game of Sevilla will be starting few minutes from now, and the other one, the other games will also kick up tonight. And for Arsenal against Crystal Palace. Now, Ayola, Crystal Palace against Arsenal tonight. What are your expectations for that game?
Yeah, I'm expecting Arsenal to win this game. It's going to be a very good night for them, in my opinion. Arsenal last season losing the lead by whisker, probably they slept off in the dying time of the season. But for today against Crystal Palace, away, it's a derby, no doubt about this one. And it's a very potential, hard game that comes with what derby is all about. But I feel Arsenal has got all it takes to go ahead into this game and get the win. So I'm tipping them. Also, one of the teams I love most in the world of football, AC Milan, will be up against Bologna, and I feel that AC Milan also, I've got what it takes to also do well. I'm rooting for Samuel Chukwueze to do well for AC Milan tonight when they take on Bologna. Okay, you are rooting for Chukwueze to do well against Bologna tonight, and Sevilla against Alaves will be starting few minutes from now. The game of Torino is already up and running. Okay, Ayola, that is where we'll leave it on the show Sports Update. Thanks for joining me on the show this evening. Yeah, thanks for having me this evening, and for all Nigerians, let's keep on supporting our brothers in every of the games. All right, let's keep supporting our brothers in Europe and even in the MPFL. That is where we leave it on Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks for watching.